We here. All right, boom. Now we live. Right? And that. All right, yeah. There we go. We good now. Yes, indeed. All right, family. What's going on? Welcome to another episode of Sincere Love to God Cast. I am your man, Sincere Love to God. Got a great show for y'all tonight. Just bear with me for a second. Let me let people on social media know that we're live on YouTube. I already sent out some invites on Twitter and Facebook, but I'm gonna go live. If Instagram lets me go live, I'm gonna go live just to get some of the family in the room, chop it up with us. We got a good show tonight. All right, let me add this title. Live on YouTube now. All right, boom. And we good to go. So, like I was saying, man, welcome to Sincere Love to God Cast. I am your man, Sincere Love to God, and I appreciate everybody joining us tonight. We got a great episode coming up for y'all, man. I got a special guest in the building. We're gonna be discussing this dope film that I watched. I watched it a couple of times actually in the last couple of weeks. I had a chance to check out this movie that's streaming now on YouTube called The Meeting That Shaped Amerikka, created by this young brother named Kristopher Cole, one of my BWO class members, man. Shout out to the whole BWO family. Shout out to the ABS tribe. You know what I'm saying? Everybody up in digital real estate and all of that. But one of the young guards from the BWO got a film out called The Meeting That Shaped Amerikka. It's available right now on YouTube. I would advise everybody in my audience, if you tapped into me and any type of content that I produce, then this is something that I know that all of y'all will love, that all of y'all will be just as blown away by as I was when I saw the movie. So make sure y'all go check that out. The Meeting That Shaped Amerikka, streaming right now on YouTube, created by our guest tonight. About to bring him on in just a second. Ladies and gentlemen, as a matter of fact, let me give him a little countdown, man. Let me give him like a little thing. God, Kristopher Adams to Sincere Love to God Cast. Y'all give him a warm digital round of applause. We got the young God in the building. What's up, family?
A whole lot, man. What's going on with you?
Great, man. Glad to have you here. Shout out to everybody that's on the Instagram live, man. Hey, listen, y'all need to go on over to my YouTube channel. Go on to Sincere Love to God, YouTube/Sincere Love to God, and join us live on YouTube. I'm not going to stay live on IG the whole time, man. I got a dope interview coming up with my brother Kristopher Cole, speaking about his new film, The Meeting That Shaped Amerikka. How long has the film been out, by the way? I just seen it myself. I'm saying it's new, but how long ago did you drop it on YouTube?
On my it's probably like a couple weeks after my birthday, after my born day on February 14th of this year.
Okay.
My name is Kristopher Adams too.
I said Kristopher Cole, didn't I?
Yeah.
How many times did I say Kristopher Cole?
You said that like 2-3 times, but
you know this BWO thing, man. Shout out to Chris Cole, man.
Yeah, shout out to
Chris Cole. That's my bad though. Kristopher Adams, man. My apologies. Let me get that right.
Yeah.
Let me get that right. So yeah, man, I'm glad to have you with us tonight, man. Chop it up about this movie, man. Let me just tell you, I was immediately captivated by what you created. You know what I'm saying? And we were in class. We were in the digital real estate 2.0 class,
Right.
with Brother Ben, and we were going over our brand statements and all of that. And when you came on, you didn't even have your statement together at first. You were still working on it a little bit. But immediately from the first thing you said something to the effect of, I'm a filmmaker and I make movies that Hollywood is scared to put out. It wasn't all the way together, and it was better than what I just said, but it wasn't all the way together. But immediately I was tapped in before Brother Ben and all of the members helped you get everything together. I was already tapped in from the first thing that you said. The first statement that you made, I said, whoever this guy is, I want to see whatever he created. And I went and found you on IG. I clicked the link in your bio, and I was just saying, after class, I'm gonna check it out. See, I'm gonna just skim through it to see what my man got out there. That was my plan, but I couldn't look away. I could not look away. I ended up watching the whole movie right after class, and I was like, yo, I got like, this is one of them things. Like, as a creator, sometimes you like, I do music, but it all comes from the same place. If you're a creator, you know what I'm saying? And sometimes you just see a piece of art and you wish that you created it. You wish that you were a part of it somehow. And this was one of those things. So I was like, yo, I got to reach out to this brother and somehow we got to collaborate on something, man. So kudos to you. Salute to you, man. Great film. Great film.
Hey, thank you very much, man, for actually tuning into it.
Absolutely, man. What's going on, y'all? What's going on, y'all? I hope y'all come join us on YouTube, man. We live on YouTube right now at YouTube/Sincere Love to God. Y'all can come check me and the God, Kristopher Adams out. We're gonna be chopping it up about this film. You know what I'm saying? So, what I want to start off, man, I want to ask you a little bit about your background in film. Like, how did this all get started? The acting, the writing, the directing, all of that. How did you get into films to begin with?
So, this is actually my first film right here. I actually come from the theater. I came up in the magnet school program in Aldine ISD. I'm from Houston, Texas.
Houston, Texas.
Yeah, North Side to be exact. And yeah, I got introduced to theater in public school, believe it or not.
What grade? How old?
Well, when I was in second grade, one of my teachers recommended the magnet program to my mother. I guess they saw something in me, so I ended up getting into that. So like around third grade, that's when I got introduced to theater. But I didn't really get on the stage or anything like that until like 5th, 6th grade,
So in third grade, what was y'all what was y'all doing? Like Peter Rabbit or something? Like what was y'all doing in third grade?
Yeah, it might as well be. I really don't remember anything that we did in 3rd, 4th grade, except for like a few little exercises or something of that nature. But yeah, it was something of that nature. You might as well be Peter Rabbit or something.
So was this like a performing arts school or just a regular public school that you went to?
Yeah, it was a public school, but it had it specialized in a few things, like by the time I went to George Washington Carver Magnet High School in Acres Homes of Houston, Texas. And that was it was visual performing arts and engineering that they specialized in.
Dope.
Yeah.
Dope. And so you immediately found your space. You knew this is what you were supposed to be doing, that this is what you was made for, or was there some resistance? How did that go down?
I wanted to be many things growing up. Like the first thing I remember wanting to be was a rapper, because this was like me being like 6 years old. That was when that Get Rich or Die Trying CD first came out. My mama just had a crush on 50 Cent, so she would be bumping that in the club, you know what I'm saying? So, but he could cuss, but I couldn't, so I wanted to be a rapper because of that.
Got you.
Then later on down the line, I've always been really good at math too. So at one point I thought I wanted to be a mathematician or something of that nature, or an inventor or something like that. But then I started getting into movies like You Got Served, Stomp the Yard, and stuff like that, Step Up. And I wanted to be I used to be a B-boy back in the day, believe it or not.
Okay. I can see that. I can see that.
Yeah, but then I stopped dancing for the white man. And then I ended up getting into the theater a little more. And I felt at home there. You know, I did a little basketball, a little football growing up. That's when I wanted to be like AI, you know, back in the day. But, you know, I was fine with somebody being a better basketball player than me, a better rapper than me, a better dancer than me, a better mathematician than me. But I wasn't okay with somebody being a better actor than me. So I was like, okay, this is where I need to be.
That's where the fire was at. That's where that passion was at.
Yeah,
that's what's up. And did you discover that at a younger age, or was that later on after experimenting with the different other forms of art and the math and all of that?
Well, this was all very young. By the time I got to like 6th grade, 7th grade, I already knew that this is what I wanted to do.
That's great, man, because not a lot of people can say that. You know what I'm saying? Not a lot of people can say that. I mean, a lot of us are adults walking around here still trying to figure that out. You know what I'm saying? What is our thing? What does the creator have me here for? What is my purpose? You know what I'm saying? So to find that at such a young age, and you know what? I can tell from watching you on screen, I can tell that this is a person that knows that where they belong in life. You know what I'm saying? This is a person who's not just going through the motions, that have an opportunity, you know what I'm saying, to be in front of a camera, like, okay, let me try this. Let me see if this works out. I can tell it's not that. This is something that's deeply embedded in you. It's in your eyes. It's just you're how you say it? You're coming through the screen for me, man. Like real talk. Like your performance, it's up there. Like it's up there. It reminds me a little bit of when I see Kendrick Lamar perform. He turns into a different character. His energy changes when he's on stage, or even when he had the little role that he played on Power. I don't know if you saw an episode or a couple of episodes. I think he was on Power.
Laces, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
There's something different happening with him when he's performing, and I get that same type of energy from you, man.
That's real talk, man.
Real talk. Hey, man, I hope y'all come join us over here. We live on YouTube right now, man. YouTube.com/sincere love to God, man. I'm chopping it up with Kristopher Adams. We're going to be getting into the controversial film that's streaming right now on YouTube called The Meeting That Shaped America. Y'all got to check that out, man. Y'all got to check that out for real. So, my man Chris, you know, going a little bit more into your background, where did the consciousness come into play at? You know what I'm saying? Because this is deep. This is some heavy stuff that you're covering in the movie. So I could tell that, you know, you're well read, you know a lot about your history and how white supremacy works and all of that stuff. So where did the consciousness come into play for you?
You know, there was always at least an elementary level of that to me, because I always just questioned everything growing up. I always wanted to get down to the why of everything, whether that was good or bad, depending on who you ask. But yeah, so, and I was always a black sheep in my family. I was always an outcast, so to say, within like school and my social circles or whatnot. Not necessarily in a bad way, but you know, I was a little different, you know. I was a little different.
Marching to the beat of your own drum. I can relate to that, man. You know, it sounds like me a little bit. And I think you said February 14th.
Yeah, that's my born day.
So you was almost a Pisces. You know what I'm saying? I'm a Pisces, March 17th. So you got a little bit of that Pisces energy coming through too, man. You know, my mom's always says the same thing about me. Since a young age, I was always one to question everything. And, you know, I'm not just going to take whatever you're trying to give me. I need to know why. I need to know, you got to make this make sense. You know what I mean? Ever since I was a kid, I've been that way. So I could definitely relate to that. So was there any of your parents or some people that in the family or in the neighborhood that directed you towards some of the information?
Well, my father, from what my people tell me, my father was a Panther back in the day, but he died when I was 4, so I didn't really get to ask him these kind of questions or gain that kind of knowledge from him, unfortunately. But I also, a lot of us in this generation, I'm only 24 years old. We were raised by YouTube, raised by, those alternative means of getting information, you know what I'm saying? So that was one thing. Also, I got exposed to a lot of different experiences growing up. I was able to, travel at an early age to go like different places across the country. I was able to see different facets of life and how people lived, I was able to go to college at a at a PWI because I thought they would be a very prestigious theater school for me, but eh, you know,
What's a PWI?
a private
White
predominantly white,
institution?
yeah, predominantly white institution. Yeah. Oh man, I was definitely behind the enemy lines, goddamn it. At
Oh
the
man.
University of Evansville in Indiana. Yeah. And fun fact for everybody, Evansville, Indiana was actually the founding city for the Ku Klux Klan in Indiana.
And that's where you went to school at?
Yeah.
Oh man.
Precisely.
So, talk about that a little bit, man. What was that like?
Oh man, it was like, so this was like in the theater community, this was like a pretty big deal to like go to the University of Evansville for the people who do know about it. But when I got there, I didn't see that at all. Like their glory days were kind of over. Cause like old dude, Rami Malek, the dude from Mr. Robot, and the dude that played Freddie Mercury in the Bohemian Rhapsody movie.
Okay.
That's his alma mater. That's where he went to college and everything. But so they were really playing that up when I got there. But yeah, man,
That's their claim to fame, huh?
definitely right now. But yeah, I got there. They were like, the theater department consisted of like 120 people. That's like actors, behind the scenes crew, tech, and all of that combined, freshman to senior year. And at that time, my freshman year, there were only 4 people with the same hue as me in that department.
Wow.
So you already knew what time it was. And then like, yeah, it was a very, liberal, white liberal school as well. I got those kind of vibes, you know what I'm saying? That was my first time also seeing like that was my first time seeing a transgender, like a person who's like in the process of transitioning. I've seen people
A man to a woman or a woman to a man?
both actually.
Okay.
Yeah, I had seen of course we've seen like cross dressers like over there, if anybody know, like Fifth Ward over there off like Jensen and all that. But I've never seen anybody like doing like that transition, you know. And I look on, you look on Facebook now and like they're completely different people. Like they've really made the transition from when I first met them like a few years ago.
Wow. You can't locate it. It's showing up for me. It's not showing up for me on YouTube. So my YouTube channel, if you go to YouTube and type in my name, Sincere Love to God. And for everybody that's just joining on IG, we're live on YouTube right now. If you just type in my name, Sincere Love to God on YouTube, my channel should pop up. I'm pretty one of a kind on all platforms. I'm the only Sincere Love to God out here. So I should pop up, but we're live right now, chopping it up with Kristopher Adams, maker of the controversial film, The Meeting That Shaped America. and I advise everybody to check it out. Let me see. Let me see if I don't think I'll be able to share the link in this comment section, but I'll try. Let me see. No, not that. Let me see. She's saying she's having trouble locating it on YouTube. Boom. Here goes the YouTube link. I don't know if y'all could click on that. I'm gonna pin it to the bottom. I'm gonna pin that to the bottom. So y'all let me know if y'all could use that link. I would love for y'all to come join us on YouTube. I'm not going to be live on here too much longer. Let me see. Let me give y'all a second. Let me know if anybody is able to click on that link, and that should bring you right over to the channel. Let me see. I should be able to tell if anybody pops up in here. Boom. I don't know. Yeah, try that. Try that. But like I was saying, man, come join us on YouTube, man. We talking with Kristopher Adams. I keep getting ready to say Chris Cole. I keep getting ready to say Chris Cole. We chopping it up with Kristopher Adams, maker of The Meeting That Shaped Amerikka, playing right now on YouTube. Everybody needs to go check out that film. I would say watch it with your kids, watch it with your family members, all of that. Like it's a dope movie, and the information is extremely pertinent, especially for people who don't quite understand white supremacy, what it is and how it works. Add this to your watch list, man. Add this to your watch list. I'm gonna put it on the same watch list with Hidden Colors. You know what I'm saying? With films like Out of Darkness and other great documentary films. This is not exactly a documentary. What genre would you call this? It's very experimental.
Yeah. It's people have considered it art house kind of films.
Art house?
Yeah, it's a particular kind of style where it's just not conventional, you know. That's just an umbrella term, basically.
What would you consider it if you had to classify it in a genre? Because you know, genres are really just for marketing and promotion purposes. So for the purposes of marketing and promotion, what would you say? Is this it's like a one-man show, really?
It is a one-man film.
It's a one-man show, but it's not like what Mike Tyson, or actually, there's one like that about Huey Newton that Spike Lee did.
Yeah, with old dude from like a lot of his movies,
Yeah, so it's something like that. It's something like that. If y'all ever saw the film Spike Lee did on Huey Newton, where I forgot the actor's name too, light-skinned brother that plays in a lot of Spike Lee movies, where he plays Huey Newton, and it's just him the whole movie. So it's something like that, but it's definitely not a dull moment. It captures you the whole time. Like I said, my plan was to just go check it out just to see what you had out there. I wasn't really planning on sitting there watching the whole movie, but once I clicked on it, I could not look away. And I watched it at this point about 3 times, y'all. So definitely check out the film. Definitely check out the film.
Yeah, that's
all right. Before we get into it, I'm gonna play a little clip if you don't mind. I'm not.
Oh yeah, by all means, man.
You want me to tell your business all?
No. That's my wife, y'all. That's my wife interrupting the goddamn show. But yeah, okay, so it looks like y'all was able to click on that link because I see a couple of y'all came over. Shout out to everybody coming over from IG. I'm about to log off of here. So come join me on YouTube, y'all. The link is right here. Or you could just go to YouTube and type in Sincere Love to God, and you'll be able to join the live stream right now. We chopping it up with Kristopher Adams. All right. Appreciate y'all tapping in. So yeah, all right, share that real quick. Boom. Boom. So yeah, I wanted to play a little clip from the movie, and then we can get into it a little bit. Stream here. Can you see that?
Yeah. I can see that.
All right. Let me see. Let me know if you can hear it and everything too.
Yeah, it's a little faint.
Most of the mass
our removal.
Oh, snap. Sorry.
As the end of the world. Because at that point, what else will they know?
I'm going to bring that back. Man.
Weed-bound garden. All right, it's a little louder, but
and perception of the world as they will grow to know it. Most of the masses will subconsciously interpret our removal from power as the end of the world. Because at that point, what else will they know outside of the reality that we created for them? Keep that in mind. And now that it is systematically established that they are player number 2 in our game, we are now able to constitute a narrative through history, science, and all other forms of media that reinforces and justifies their permanent position as player number 2, the guest. This is why the pen is mightier than the sword. We are aiming for a psychological and cultural transplant. And this is not just theory. We now have all the resources needed in order to start manifesting this all into a physical, living, breathing reality. Keep that in mind.
Boom. 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 That's all y'all get for now. Man. Make sure y'all go check this out, man. I'm telling you, y'all gonna want to check this movie out, man. It's incredible, man. Talk about the inception of the idea, when you first got the idea for this film, when you started writing it, like, give us the genesis.
All right, cool. So first and foremost, I left college like after the fuck. What happened to my live? All right. Gotta get my live back. All right, cool. So I dropped out of college after like a year and a half. Then for a year, I was trying to get into like an apprenticeship program for theater. And I got into one in Portland, Oregon. And I thought that would make me happy, but it did not. I was definitely over there. In Portland, Oregon, first and foremost, let me say Portland, Oregon is the fakest city in the United States of America. It's just they claim to be so progressive and so liberal.
Keep that in mind.
They claim to be so progressive and so liberal, but at the same time, they're perhaps one of the biggest cases of gentrification in the country. You know what I'm saying?
Like New York.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, we're cool with, black people or whatnot, so-called black people, as long as we can have your land and have your women, So that's what time it was. I saw right through that facade when I got there. And and that was around the time where like everything was just starting to come to me. I was starting to get into this researcher named Dane Calloway. I was listening to a lot of different things too. It was just a huge influx at that time. And for those of y'all who have been on this so-called conscious journey, y'all know the beginning phase where you're starting to go crazy, damn near. Where it's like you're the angry black person or whatever. So that was me around that time. And I was starting to become disillusioned with the whole industry. I didn't want to do Hollyweird anymore. I wasn't with that program. I saw what they were trying to do because, all art is ultimately a form of media, and media is a means of propaganda. But the problem is we have had very minimal control over this propaganda that has been perpetuated against our favor for like over a century at this point. So we keep on getting fed some succonomics, and that's what our diet looks like, and that's why we are in the shape that we're in right now. So I felt like I needed to make something that I would want to see, that we needed, not just some microwave shit, you feel, or some slave food basically. So yeah, that was one thing. The only film at that time, because I started developing and writing this film in October of 2017. I was 20 going on 21. The only film around that time that was touching on that kind of topic was Get Out. I saw that and I was like, see, that's the kind of stuff that I want to do. That's the kind of work that I want to do right there. Right there. So
Right there.
yeah. So yeah, man, that was it. I just took it upon myself to really make it happen. I called up a few friends of mine, told them what I wanted to do. I was like, hey, I want to make a movie. I don't know how I'm gonna do it, but I'm gonna do it. God damn it. So it took me about 9 months to write the film. And keep in mind, for those who want to make film, I didn't do it in some fancy way. I got on Google Docs, God damn it, and opened up a Word doc. I just wrote down a whole bunch of bullet points of topics that I wanted to touch on. And then I started to branch off of those particular topics and kind of, organize in that way, shape, or form. And then I started to write from the alternative perspective, from the oppressor's perspective. You feel me? And yeah, it took me 9 months to write this script. So it really is my baby. You feel? So
I'm following. I'm tapped in, man. Yo, I got so many questions, man. I'm mad I don't got a pen in front of me because I should be jotting stuff down. But what were you doing prior as far as your creative endeavors? I know this is your first film that you made, but before that spark came where, that whole Get Out inspiration and everything like that, like what type of creative things were you into or thinking about putting out prior to that?
So originally I wanted to do a film about
Go ahead.
Yeah, I wanted to do a film about college, about the succonomics that goes on a collegiate level, you know what I'm saying, and how college is basically a scam at this point in the game, and that would be based on my experiences and everybody else's experiences. I talk to a lot of people about this. A lot of people feel the same way, but don't necessarily want to drop out or, don't know another way to go about getting what they want unless it's through a collegiate avenue. But me, I wanted to do a film that would kind of expose the whole collegiate, shenanigantry, you feel? But I knew that was going to be at least a 7-8 figure budget for something like that. So I had to kind of small scale that and be like, okay, what can I do with the resources that I got now? And I guess one person or the least amount of people as possible. I always wanted to do a one-man show too. So that was another thing. But also, yeah, like I was doing a lot of theater. I was doing a lot of theater at the time. But I always wanted to do stuff like The Truman Show. I don't know if anybody ever seen The Truman Show. That's my favorite movie of all time.
Dope movie.
Yeah.
Dope movie. So did the one man thing come out of a necessity based off of the lack of resources, or that's just what you wanted to do, period?
Well, it was a little bit of both because
Okay.
Obviously it's easier to do shoot one actor versus multiples, and then just logistically as far as scheduling and all of that, it was
Trying to get everybody on the same page.
Yes, especially when you're doing this independent and you can't really just afford everybody's time like that.
Mm-hmm.
You just got to work with what people are able to provide for you. And
so that was one of the things that I really admired about the film too. It doesn't look as low budget as I'm sure as it is. You know what I'm saying? Watching the movie, I'm like, I can tell this man didn't have a lot of resources going into this, but he was creative enough to still make a dope ass project that I'm sitting here watching over and over again. You know what I'm saying? I could tell that you didn't have a lot of money. I could tell that you didn't have a whole bunch of moving parts taking place, but the creativity. And so that was a lesson to me. That's a lesson that people need to take away from this thing. Like, use what you got and just be as creative as you possibly can to maximize on your idea. And I feel like that's what you did, man.
Yeah, definitely. And as far as like the quality, I got to tip my hat off to my crew, man, especially my guy Nolan Pena. This guy, for anybody that's doing film, this guy's the truth. He did this with a very minimalistic film equipment set. We really had to get it out the mud around that time, and he's just very, you know, solution oriented. Like if there's a problem, he doesn't get flustered, he doesn't get mad. He just, he immediately goes into problem solving mode. And that's something that I learned from him, because me, with this being my baby, I was getting very emotional. Yeah. But
yeah, man, that's important to have, different people that have different qualities that they bring to the table in order to, make the vision come to the life. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, true indeed. True indeed.
So another thing that I wanted you to talk about were some of the symbolisms that were going on in this movie.
Yeah.
Like, all right, first start with, the white face idea, and then break down what's the name of the character? Does this character have a name?
Well, I purposely didn't give the character a name because he's really symbolic for the overall, agenda or system, so to say.
System, indeed.
Yeah. And he's really up to interpretation. You can put he's like a canvas, so to say. You could put anybody or any of these things that we associate with, the system or the beast.
Or all of those things, really.
Yeah.
Really, he's the embodiment of all those things. What I got from this, I would characterize it as like a modern day cinematic version of the Willie Lynch letter.
Right. Yeah, and to touch on the white face. So the significance of the white face is, me and you, with this right here, you know what I'm saying? We could talk this kind of talk all day amongst our people and it just go through one ear and out the other, right? But when it comes from a white mouth, when it comes from a white mouth, now it just speaks volumes. People feel like they're hearing something that they're not supposed to hear. And that was the whole point of me making this in that way. You know what I'm saying? The meeting is something that we're not invited to, but we get the inside scoop many years later as to like what the plan really is,
Dope.
Right.
And I actually got a video like that too, man. The project I was speaking about earlier before we went live, I was telling you I did the project A King by Any Means. Shout out to my brother Lou Season. We got a song called Black Matter Lives that we did a video for, and he's in whiteface in that video.
Oh, really?
Same type of concept, because he's rhyming from the perspective of the white supremacists, of the system. You know what I'm saying? He's rhyming from their perspective, and I'm rhyming, from my own perspective. And so, that was the concept behind the whole video. We put him in whiteface and everything. And yeah, you got to check that out. For sure.
That's what's up. Yeah.
So talk about the outfit. I seen like, what was it, a number 33 on the collar. He got the blood on his hands. He got the rosaries the whole time. There's a lot going on that I'm trying to read into. And I'm like, I got to pick this man's brain to see what all this means, man. Decode some of this stuff for us, man.
Yeah. So there's a lot of Masonic symbolism in this film. I I went on eBay got a lot of this stuff. I went on eBay, looked up minister's robe, and it was like $100. I got that. I got the little star, the little Masonic star right there. I got the the 33, like 33 degrees and whatnot. Got I got the Masonic gloves, and then with the blood on it, I mean, I say more blood on the hands, So I don't know how many people catch on to that, but yeah.
I'm trying to catch on, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, okay, he's swinging the rosaries. And even in the clip that I just showed, I forgot what you said, but you swung something red in your hands. I didn't quite catch what it was. You know the part I'm talking about?
You said it was something red?
Yeah, not the blood. Like, it was something that you were dangling in front of the screen. I forgot what you said. I was trying to remember that part too. It was in the clip that we just showed. I forgot what it was, but you definitely emphasized it. But I was hoping you would be able to decode it, but I can't remember exactly what was said on that part. But it's cool though. It's cool.
What, you gonna play it again or something?
I may play it again before we get out of here. But I don't know. Let me see. So talk a little bit about the social engineering part.
In what regard?
I mean, just, where you were coming from as a writer when you were writing that part. What did you want people to really understand about the social engineering and how it works?
Oh, yeah. So a lot of people neglect and downplay the effect that's something like social engineering and all of this has on the people. They think that everybody's just acting on 100% free will. I mean, which we are, but at the same time, influence is a hell of a thing. You know what I'm saying? And we are constantly influenced. Like especially in this capitalistic society, everything is marketing, and marketing is designed to make you do something, right?
Mm-hmm.
So every day we go outside or you turn on the TV or whatever, get on our phone or whatever the case it is, we're being influenced to do something. Whether we do it or not, that's just depending on the individual. But at the same time, we are being influenced. There is an attempt to manipulate us to do something.
I think based on, wherever you're at, whatever level of consciousness you're at, there's levels of susceptibility to the programming. You know what I'm saying? Like I always try to tell my kids, if you're not consciously programming yourself, you are being programmed, whether you realize it or not. Like you said, people just like to believe we're all just making our own decisions on a day-to-day basis. But we're dealing with some high science here, man. You know what I'm saying? Like these people know what they're doing. They're not guessing. You know what I'm saying? They understand exactly how this thing functions, and especially us here in America, they had us, under their thumb for so long. They have been doing experiments on us and all type of stuff. They understand us down to our cellular level. You know what I'm saying? Better than we understand ourselves. So they know, certain colors, certain shapes, certain frequencies and the music and different things like that, how it's able to manufacture behavior patterns. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. They have us studying sucker shit like Thomas Jefferson while they're studying us. They study our science, our everything.
Mm-hmm.
They give us I mean, shit, y'all know.
Yeah.
Most of us went through public school. That's why we can barely read.
Yeah. Facts, man. I was just talking to this. I'm a barber by trade. I was cutting this little boy's hair, and the mom was talking to me. She knows my son. My son and her son used to go to the daycare together. she was asking me about what school he goes to, and she's like, "Oh, you like that school?" And I'm like, "Well, I don't really like school. You know what I'm saying? I'm working on trying to be able to homeschool. You know what I'm saying?" And
Right.
she's a teacher, so she got kind of offended. What you mean? What you mean you don't like school? You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? But it's like you said, I'm like, did they really prepare you for everything that you were up against when you became an adult? Did school really prepare you for this world? You know what I mean? They ain't teach you nothing about taxes. They ain't teach you nothing about, real estate, basic things that you're going to need in order to survive, in order to thrive in this society. Those things weren't taught to you. You know what I'm saying? You got smacked with a dose of reality when you became an adult, and you had to figure it out. You had to get it out the mud. You know what I'm saying? But those things should have been given from K through 12 because these are basic things. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Basic things.
Black Thought said it. He said kids graduating from public schools are prisoners,
Indeed.
Yeah, this is all by design. It's not something that needs to be reformed or that's the trap too. Like people think this is all about reform and everything. Like we can reform these kind of things, but these are working exactly the way that they're designed to. You feel?
Yes, sir.
And yeah, I definitely agree with you as far as like with the kids and whatnot, because at the end of the day, children are raised by someone or something, and it's not necessarily the parents all the time. And at this point in the game, most parents are, both working jobs that keep us away from the family or whatever. And the kids are going off to school and spending more time at these schools and these compulsory education institutions more than they're spending time with their actual family units. So of course these external entities are having more of an influence on them than we are.
You send your kid to school to get an education, and a whole nother person comes back home. You're like, I ain't raised this. You know what I mean? Who taught you that? You know what I mean? Where's this behavior coming from? Where you learn that from? You know what I mean? You gotta kind of debrief them when they get from basically behind enemy lines. You know what I'm saying? They got to be debriefed on a daily or weekly basis, or we're not doing our job as parents. You know what I'm saying? And for me, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, my goal was to try to definitely free up my time so I could be able to just homeschool him myself, man, because nobody ain't gonna prepare him for exactly what he's up against better than I can. You know what I mean?
Definitely. And that's what I touch on in the film too, with the with the fresher, younger whores, because that's exactly how they see our kids. That's exactly how they see our youth. They want to get at us young. We're more malleable. We're more easily influenced.
Exactly.
They get us there. They got us.
You said they'll send them to us. Looking to be saved. They're gonna send them to our schools. They're gonna send them to our churches. You know what I'm saying? And then we got them. We got a whole nother generation. You know what I'm saying? That movie is deep, man. That movie is deep. I really hope y'all go check it out, man. There was there was another symbol in there that stood out to me when you said gladly. When you said gladly.
You caught it.
I caught that. I watched the movie 3 times.
Very few people catch that one, man.
You know what I mean? We won't even go into it then. You know what I'm saying? We'll let people watch it for themselves. But just, have your eyes and your ears tuned in for a lot of stuff that is not overt. There's a lot of subliminal stuff inside the film that will add to your education, I would say, as you're watching it, or at least make you think more, it'll open up your mind. You know what I'm saying? Just paying attention to those little things. That was a good job, man. That was a good job doing that, man.
Thank you, dude.
And just like I said earlier, just being creative enough to go find all of these images to go along with what you were saying.
Yeah.
This should be a book as well. I don't know if you thought about that.
So that's funny you say that. I am in the process of writing a book that's going to decode everything that I'm talking about in the film.
It's like a companion.
Yeah. So it's like, it's going to be called The Meeting That Shaped America Declassified. So Yeah, I'm gonna even go through like all of the little Easter eggs that I do visually, everything. Going to the full process of the film, like as far as making the film and everything. And what I ultimately want to do, and I don't know how many people are down, how many colleges would be down for this, but like once this film develops more traction and more of a following and whatever, I want to be able to go to colleges and be like a guest lecturer and create a curriculum behind this film. And it's not going to be designed to necessarily sway people one way or another, but it's going to be like Dan Calloway said, I'm just here to make you think.
Just to make you think.
Because, you know, like he says too, like critical thinking is at an all-time low amongst us, you know.
And I think shout out to my sister Lisa, man. She says she agrees with the how they program us as well. But
yes, indeed.
Damn, I just lost it. You said the critical thinking.
It's at an all-time low, yeah.
Yeah. And so yeah, I think you did a good job with the way, just the whole presentation and the perspective from the white face and everything. That's exactly what it does. It doesn't tell you, listen, this is what you need to know. This is how you need to think. This is where you should be at with it. It just opens up your mind to make you start questioning things. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like you said, that would be great. That's a good goal that you have in mind. You know what I'm saying? Because I sent it to my brother out in Cali. Shout out to my man D Nash. He homeschools his children, and he has like a whole homeschool curriculum. And I sent it to him. I said, you might need to add this to the curriculum.
Definitely.
You know what I'm saying? And the intro that you got on there, he was kind of taken aback by the intro. My man on the intro, he was like, this the guy. I'm like, listen, man, just watch the movie, man. Trust me. I said, you watch it yourself and then show it to the kids. But nah, that definitely needs to be in schools. It definitely needs to be part of somebody's curriculum. And the book idea, great idea. I'm buying it as soon as it comes out. Tell you that right now.
Thank you, dude.
Tell you that right now. All-time low. She said the critical thinking is at an all-time low.
Yeah, man.
Shout out to the family in the digital building.
Yeah.
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
Oh no, I was gonna say, to speak on that, the all-time low shit some more. Like, even like when we try to get our people to, I guess, see the light or whatever, the people who do kind of have a understanding of what's really going on and what's really afoot in this world, it's the same shit that we are against. Like when we have our kids going to these compulsory education institutions and all that, and they come back completely different people. They come back, it's like they spend more time in front of that TV, in front of that dummy box, you know what I'm saying, watching the news. So of course they're scared. Of course they're paranoid. Of course all of this. Of course they're emotional or whatever. So it's like we got to continue to spend more time with them. We got to, as much as they're pushing on us, the mainstream media and all of these other entities from the ops, we got to continue to pull against that,
Absolutely.
It's just going to keep on being like this, and they're going to keep on going off off the cliff. But we got to pull to keep them in line, not in line, but, to have them get a grip. I don't know.
I get it. It's like I said, you got to debrief them. You know what I mean? They're coming from behind enemy lines.
Yeah, exactly.
We're at war. And so, like you said, the media is war. The educational system is a form of warfare. You know what I'm saying? And so
yeah,
we're at a disadvantage, if we're not educating our own children. You know what I'm saying? And definitely if we are like in a situation where I'm in now, where, I got to send them to school because I didn't put myself in a position to have that time on my hands now to be able to do it myself. So it's necessary that I go the extra mile to make sure that I'm countering the programming. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And nobody's too far gone to come back to come home to Jamaica. you know what I'm saying, to come back to their senses, so to say, or come back to their essence. Even, you know, the most Uncle Ruckus motherfucker, you know, they got hope. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know, man. I don't know.
I feel the same way sometimes. I'll be like, I just went through a crisis. Like, damn, is this really worth it? Like, am I really wasting my time, or do I really need to just mind my own business?
Everybody ain't gonna make it, man. That's how I see it. You know,
Everybody ain't gonna make it.
Everybody ain't gonna make it, man.
But the way I see it, the only one that's really gonna be the judge of that is the angel of death, because it's never too late until you die. As long as you got breath in you, you know, you still got hope. So that's the way I like to see it. That's why I put that 0.1% part into the film, that chapter in the film. That's what I was referring to. Like, they can never fully, the ops can never fully hijack our minds. There's always going to be that tiny portion that is our essence that's still us. So you look at all of these, we call them coons or whatever. You look at all of these people, their true self is still there. It's just they in the sunken place. Just like on Get Out, like they're still there. It's just, you know, they be hijacked. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
We may not be the particular messenger for them. Maybe life has to be. Maybe somebody else has to be. But there's still hope for a lot of people until the day that they die. But yes, just like we are at war, so it's like not every war has casualties, so not everybody gonna make it, man. Unfortunately.
Indeed. And you touched on this a little bit earlier when you were talking about your experience in Portland with the so-called liberals and stuff. But I wanted you to get into a little bit about the concept of the wolf and the fox. I think that was real dope how you broke that down in the movie as well. Because a lot of people are confused about that, man. A lot of our people, you know, they think, you know, the Democrats or the liberals and all of that, those are our friends. And, you know what I mean? The white supremacists are automatically the Republicans and the right wingers and the white extremists. That's how a lot of our people see white supremacy, but they don't understand that it takes both sides of the argument every time. You know what I'm saying? They guarantee themselves a win by taking both sides. It's almost like how we being taught with Chris Cole, how we could win on the way up in the market and you could win on the way down. It's just how you play those options. And that's how they operate in the real world with us, man. So talk a little bit about the wolf and the fox concept.
Yeah, so that was inspired by Malcolm X, because, you know, he had a debate where he was discussing the wolf and the fox, you know, the wolf being, of course, the overt oppressor and the fox being the covert oppressor, so to say. Now, the way I see it, part of the way I see it, a lot of the reason why a lot of our people continue to become persuaded and, you know, sweet talk by the fox is because a lot of us just don't want no smoke. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people
Say that.
will very much so opt for the easy way out. And just for I don't subscribe to Christian faith, me personally, but let's just use that analogy. Like we got somebody here in Houston called Joel Osteen. He talks about victims and victors. You know what I'm saying? To be a victor, that means one of the things that comes with being a victor is accountability. You know what I'm saying? A victim has very little accountability. You know what I'm saying? So for you to take matters into your own hands to get your liberation, that requires a whole lot of accountability. But if you're in a victim mentality, you don't want that. You want to put that in other people's hands, your fate, everything else. You want which is ideal. You want to do the least amount of work possible, but still yield the greatest results. But
it's human nature to a certain degree.
it's definitely human nature, which which is like the genius part about the schemes at hand. You know, it's like appealing to our human nature, but at the same time, you know, we gotta snap back to reality. So
Yeah.
it's like
we got to recognize when something is not working for us.
exactly.
We got to recognize when our humanity is working against our survival. You know what I'm saying? And like you said, a lot of folks, they want to embrace the not knowing. They want to embrace the cognitive dissonance, because to not do so would mean that they have to actually do something. It means you have to fight. It means you have to take a stand. And like you said, they just don't want no smoke, man. That's a good way to put it. That's exactly what it is. Couple other things that you touched on that resonate with me. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't know how long you've been following my page, but you know, I talk about this stuff a lot on my platforms. And when you described America as a brothel where everybody could come get a piece of the action, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's another thing that a lot of our people are having a hard time accepting. It's moving along now because it's starting to be so blatant that we have no friends and that every other group is working against us. They're all collaborating with this system to keep us in the position that we're in. It's starting to become so blatant that people can't deny it anymore. But a lot of people still have trouble with that concept, and they think, you know, the white man is the problem, but everybody else are down with us. You know what I'm saying? So talk a little bit about how, you know, we're the whores and everybody gets to come get a piece of the pie in this American brothel.
Yeah, man. First of all, a lot of us, this is our land. You know what I'm saying? Melanin is pan global. You know what I'm saying? Melanin is worldwide. So this land right here is ours. This is our birthright. And a lot of the reason why, at least in my opinion, in my humble opinion, that fact right there is kept, that truth right there is kept secret from us, is because if we as a whole on this continent were to wake up and realize that this really is our land, then that means who's really trespassing right now? That means what do we need to do about that? We need to get them the fuck up out of here. You know what I'm saying? Hell would be raised. Well, I would like to think hell would be raised in an instant, in a heartbeat.
Indeed.
You know what I'm saying? Because this is ours. You know what I'm saying? This ain't like, you know, if we keep thinking that we're from somewhere else, we're going to continue to think that we're guests in somebody else's house. You know what I'm saying? And that's why that is, you know, borderline dangerous to think. So, but yeah, like, come on now. Everybody is coming to get a piece of the action and satisfaction from us, man. Everybody is coming up off of us, and we continuing to play ourselves. Like we are in an age-old toxic relationship with the system. And we keep on getting red flags every motherfucking day. But we refuse to pack up our bags and hit the road, Jack. Like we refuse to leave. We refuse to exit the chat room. You know what I'm saying? And everybody else keep on saying like from these other countries too. Like remember when we were going to Vietnam and all that, and they would be people, you know, Viet Cong reportedly was like, when they see one of us, they'd be like, no, what you doing here? Like, so brother, this is not your war, you know, go home. Like they're confused seeing us, like, what are y'all doing here? You know what they're doing to y'all? And y'all over here fighting us?
You know what I'm saying?
Fuck y'all ass too. But okay.
Exactly, man. And like Muhammad Ali famously said, you know, ain't no Viet Congs ever called me nigga. That's not aging too well now, but I'm just saying, you know, the sentiment behind what he was saying was like, you know, my enemy right here. When I want to get a decent education, you know what I'm saying? When I want to get freedom, you know, when I want to be able to provide for myself, you the one that's my enemy. What am I doing over there? You know, fighting your war. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that was good. You touched on what was my next question, man, about us being foundational to this land and how our true birthright is here, and us being I said in one of my rhymes, I said and I got it from Dr. Khalid Muhammad too. He said Africa is the throne, but planet Earth is our home. We indigenous to the globe, let it be known. You know what I'm saying? And that's one of the deepest secrets that, like you said in the film, that's one of the main things that they don't want us to discover. You know, they want to keep up the whole. That's why us calling ourselves African American and all that is very dangerous. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of us are starting to wake up to that fact and start to say, nah, we got to switch these labels up. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man. Like the labels be killing us because, you know, we've only been African Americans for like what 30 some years. We've only been black for, you know, that like Africa ain't even really what it was called, you know, if we want to go with the Africa part. It's not even called Africa. That's what them people called it. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it's like we keep on describing ourselves by what them people call us. And Dr. Amos Wilson touched on that and how that's dangerous to our psychology.
Indeed.
You know?
Naming things and labeling things is a form of exercising power. So when we start giving ourselves new labels and we start telling people who we are and how we need to be referred to, that's a form of power. And that's why they don't like to see that. They don't like to see that at all. But it was interesting to me that you were touching on that. And I see, you know, you tapped into Dane Calloway and, you know, some of the other teachers and stuff like that. But just looking at you phenotypically, you know, you have that look of some of what most of us see as Native Americans. You know what I'm saying? Your phenotype, you know, your skin complexion, your hair, and all of that stuff. So, how about your immediate family lineage? Do you know anything about that?
Well, my mother is actually she was born in Mexico, in Guadalajara, Jalisco, Mexico.
Okay.
My father is from Third Ward, Houston, Texas. But but I've been doing my lineage on that. His people, as far as I've gotten so far through records, it's a guy named Cuff Adams in Alabama, early 1800s. That's as far as I got on the Adams name. But I've always heard about Cherokee being in my family through oral, you know, just through oral tradition or whatnot. Now, I kind of was always like, you know, that's what every black person say.
Everybody say that, yeah.
Everybody black person say they got Cherokee. That's like the go-to tribe or whatnot. Yeah. But when I realized how numerous that tribe actually was and how key they were in the South or in the southern region of the United States, or what is now the United States, I mean, there's very much so something to it. And Alabama was definitely an area where Cherokee was. So
absolutely. It's deep because, you know, most of us, when our people, we think about us having native blood or whatever the case may be, we automatically think about these Mongolian, you know, straight hair looking people, not realizing that a lot of these people, they look like me. You know what I'm saying? These were dark skinned, woolly hair people. You couldn't tell the difference between them and a tribe in Africa. If you've seen paintings or pictures of some of the early tribes, like, you know what I'm saying? These people that we see now on these reservations, you know, all these $5 Indians and stuff running around. These are not the native people. You know, when Columbus and the boys got here, they described the people that they saw. They referred to them as Ethiopian. You know what I'm saying? Which was like a blanket term for Africans at that time. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's one of the main keys right there is that, you know, this is our land, man. We from here. We've been here. We the oldest people on the planet. So where haven't we been? You know, even when you talk about your mom's side, people that come from Mexico or whatever. You look at the native people there, you won't be able to tell the difference between them and somebody from Zimbabwe. You know what I mean? So yeah, our history is deep, man.
Exactly, man.
Our history is deep.
Yeah. People like to beg to differ, but corn, stuff like corn is indigenous to this continent. Who make cornbread the best, man?
Come on now, who make anything the best?
Who made grits the best? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's in us.
Indeed.
That's our culture.
Indeed. I'm gonna see if I could pull that clip back up before we get out of here. But is there anything that you want to share with the people? Let people know, where they could find you at, any projects that you're working on that you got coming out soon, things like that. You could talk about that right now.
Yeah, so if you want to find me on social media, my name is on Instagram and Twitter. I'm predominantly on Instagram. I really don't touch on the other, like Facebook and Twitter, too much. I know I need to, but I'm gonna go ahead and start doing that. But on Instagram and Twitter, it is KRISCOADAMS. That's KRISCOADAMS. And on Facebook, you can find me as my real name, Kristopher Adams with a K. I'm gonna put it in the chat right here. I don't know if everybody can see that, but
yeah. And so, any projects you're working on right now besides the book? I know you mentioned the book earlier.
Loosely, I'm letting a few ideas marinate. I know it's a couple of things that I want to do in the future, but right now I'm just, I'm a BWO member. I've been putting a lot of time into getting my finances together, you feel, so that I can really do this independent and not have to, do something strange for a piece of change.
No doubt, man. And yeah, I was going to ask you about that too, man. How did you get involved with BWO? Like, you know what I mean? How did that whole journey come together for you?
Yeah, so I've been following Brother Ben X for a really long time. And I actually remember he had a streaming platform. I don't know if he still got this. He was doing something called Black on Demand. I actually sent him an email when I was working on the film, like, hey, I got something I think the people need to see, So whenever the time is ready, I want to, see about submitting this to your platform. He replied back to me, praise be to Allah, just let me know. So, I've been following Brother Ben X for a while. I've been following 19 Keys for a little minute too. I like what he has to say. I got the fire that he has. I'm just working on the eloquence that he has. He's a very eloquent brother, you know what I'm saying? Like, he knows how to get what's in his mind into words for everybody to understand. That's something that I'm working on myself. I'm not very good off the top, so I'm very premeditated with what I'm doing. That's why you see the film,
Man, you sound a lot like me, man. I think we got a lot in common, brother, for real, man. I'm like the same way. It took me a long time to start doing podcasting because of that reason. You know what I'm saying? I'm very critical of the way that I speak. And it's because, I compare myself to the greats. You know what I'm saying? I've been listening to, the minister for a long time, people like Malcolm X and even Dr. King, like some of the great speakers, even, some of my favorite MCs, when I would watch interviews with certain rappers and stuff, and they were able to speak so well, I would always be comparing myself to that. And, I say, you heard a lot, I'll be searching for the right words to say, to put things together. But what helped me was through digital real estate, getting that understanding that you are what makes you unique. And there's some people out there that's going to resonate with you, the way that you talk, how you get down. You know what I'm saying? You don't got to be the most eloquently spoken person. Somebody likes the way that you speak. You know what I'm saying? And so that's what made me just go ahead and do it. It's something that I've been wanting to do for a long time, but I was very critical of the way that I speak. And I was like, I don't know about that. You know what I'm saying? But we here now. We here now. So shout out to the whole BWO, man. Shout out to all of the mentors, brother Ben X, man. I love that brother. You know what I'm saying? Like you said, you sent him an email. He hit you back. He's that kind of guy, man. That's one of the things that surprised me when I first really started getting tapped in, because I've been following him for a long time too. But before I signed up because I was in digital real estate before BWO started.
Oh, really?
I was in digital real estate in the ABS tribe, and like I would hit him up like right after I first signed up. Like I would hit him up like I might have a quick question. Yo, how you do this? And he was responding to me like, you know what I'm saying? In the middle of the day, I could tell. One time he hit me on a like a little voice chat thing, and I could tell he was getting his hair cut. I could hear the clippers in the background, and he was like, "Yo, just download this app right here, blah blah blah." You know, telling me what I need to do to get my stuff together. And so just him being so personable is something that I was able to appreciate. And I'm like, yo, I'm with these brothers. You know what I mean? The information that they're giving is changing people's lives. And the day that they announced BWO, I was right there on deck. I just said, I'm in here. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, I appreciate the personable aspect as well. Like, I don't appreciate the whole too cool for school aspect that a lot of people personify or embody, so to say. Yeah, I like being able to really interact with people.
Some real brothers, man. Real brothers, man. They not, too high post. They not very judgmental, and they let you see their journey as well. You know what I'm saying? Watching them go through what they went through and seeing them, at the level that they at now is just very inspiring. You know what I mean? And just being in that company, being in that circle, being able to be on a call where you could get pulled on the screen and you talking with Brother Ben, you know what I mean? He asking you about your business and your ideas and your dreams. And you could tell, he's passionate about it. He'll take his time with you. How long he had you on screen that day trying to get your statement together?
It was about a good, had to be about a good 10 minutes. So to say.
He ain't trying to rush you off. Like you got to hurry up and get this right or you out of here. It's not like that. He make you feel comfortable. You know what I'm saying?
And I wasn't the only one he went through either.
Yeah, it was tons of people that night was on that call. We was on the call maybe 3 hours or so.
Yeah.
So yeah, man, for those of y'all that are not in the BWO or in the ABS tribe, man, and you're trying to pursue some level of independence, you know what I'm saying? You're trying to figure out different ways to create financial freedom, multiple streams of income online, right from your phone. You know what I mean? There's so many jewels that you could get in this program. Man, holla at me. You can holla at Chris Cole. I'm sure you're affiliated as well, right?
You said Chris Cole.
I keep on saying Chris Cole. God damn.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just Chris, man. My man Chris. You affiliate with the program?
I'm not an affiliate just yet, but I'm waiting to really. I mean, I'm starting to get some results. I've came up off a few option trades and whatnot. I made a few coins here and there, but I'm waiting to really have some, just a shitload of results before I start, trying to convert people.
I feel you. I feel you won't be able to show and prove.
Exactly.
And it's a weird thing too, because some people will ask me, like, some of my friends or whatever, they might ask me, so how much money you made since you've been in there? And I understand the question, you know what I'm saying, because it wasn't too long ago where I had the same mentality, I had the same outlook, you know what I mean. But when you get a different understanding of what money is and how it works and how wealth is built, it's kind of hard to answer the question, because it's like, like you said, I've won some trades, you know what I'm saying? I've been doing well with some of the options with the Nadex and things like that. But the thing about it is, like, when we think about making money, it's like people think about it in terms of like hitting a lick, you know what I'm saying? Or, you want to scratch off or something like that. You want $500 on a scratch off. You might have took that money, went and bought some clothes or some shoes, or you went out for the weekend, or maybe you put it in your savings or whatever the case may be. And that's just the way that we see money. But now it's like, yeah, when I won this trade, but I immediately reinvested it. I immediately, put it somewhere else so it could work for me. So I can't really tell you how much money I made, but I'm in the process of building wealth. You know what I mean? And it's hard to get people to understand that concept who's not in these circles, who's in tune with what we got going on in the BWO. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And like the hit a lick culture is very one and done. You know what I'm saying? Then you got to find a whole nother lick. You know what I'm saying? But I'm we seeking consistency. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, if you can hit a lick and get away with it, hit your lick, man. But you got to convert that to some consistency.
What's next, though? Yeah, what's next?
Yeah, use that lick wisely.
Like for instance, the only way that I was able to join digital real estate when I did, I actually got into one of those susus. Did you hear about the susus when those was going around? Like when the pandemic first hit, everybody had these little money looms, and it's not really a susu, but you
you're talking about like the pyramid schemes, like
pretty much that's what it is.
Yeah.
Pretty much that's what it is. But I was one of the lucky ones that actually got paid one time. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And so I actually took that money, got into the digital real estate program, and I've been on this journey ever since. So it's not like I just hit the lick and went and tricked the money off and back to square one looking for another lick. You know what I'm saying? I actually reinvested it somewhere where it was useful. So almost 365 later, I'm still living off of that. I'm still elevating off of that. That was the foundation of all of this. You know what I'm saying? So let's get back into this clip before we get out of here. Man, this was a good conversation, man. Definitely appreciate having you on the platform. Hopefully we could figure out, a way that we could work together, man. I'm gonna send you some of my music and stuff. I think we on the same wavelength in a lot of ways. Real talk. Let me see. I'm gonna actually blow this up full screen. Is that gonna slow it down? Can you see the full screen, Chris?
Yeah, I can.
All right, let me see. Hopefully it's not buffering or anything.
Yeah, go ahead.
And before I completely answer that, allow me to just explain something to you all. I am aware that I stand in a room full of businessmen, correct? And in business, as an opportunist, you look for any opportunity to capitalize. But in order to capitalize, you need capital. Now, did you keep in mind when I said, there is no way you will properly see the end game? We envision them still. There is no way we can properly see the end game we envision with them still here. Understand, we do not necessarily have to kill them all. Just their mind, just their identity, just their culture. Kill the Indian, save the man.
Boom. Boom. Y'all go check that flick out right now, man. Y'all go check that flick out right now, man. I'm telling you, it's a classic, cult classic in the making. You know what I mean? And you put that in the private chat. So I'm gonna share your what's the name in the regular chat. Only I was able to see your
Yeah. Some reason it ain't letting me comment anything in the.
So that's it right there in the chat, y'all. Kristopher Adams on Instagram. Tap in with my brother, and make sure y'all go check out the film. Let me remove that. All right. So yeah, man. Once again, man, I appreciate having you, man, on Sincere Love the Godcast. Good talk. Definitely a good talk. This will be available on my page for playback if you want to share it on your social platforms or let your people know they could come check out the interview. If you want to rip it, chop it up, use it for some of your content as well.
Yeah,
definitely feel free to do that. You know what I'm saying? And any parting words for the people?
Hey man, thank you for having me, man. I definitely appreciate you sharing your platform with me so I can get my message, get my project out there to the people. I appreciate that 100%, man, for real.
My pleasure, man. Yeah. My pleasure. Anytime I see some dope work, you know what I mean, and I'm able to actually tap in with the creator, I'm gonna do that. You know what I mean? That's just in my nature. So yeah, man. Appreciate you, man. Enjoy the rest of your night. Have a great, productive week. Hopefully, we win some of these options Chris about to post in the Telegram. Hopefully, we get some of these options coming up and all that. And yeah, man, if you need help like with some of the homework and stuff like that, you know, hit me up, man. We could chop it up, you know, behind the scenes if you know, trying to figure out something with the charts or, you know, how to set up certain things, you know. That's what we're here for. So tap in with me, all right?
Oh yeah, definitely, man.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you. Everybody have a good night, man. I appreciate y'all tapping into Sale of the Godcast. Everybody share this on your platforms and go watch the movie, The Meeting That Shaped America. We out.
What's going on, y'all? So I just finished